I hope you're having a great day. Well, today I want to talk about the connection between sleep and cancer. You see, cancer has become a rampant disease affecting our loved ones and people across the world. And we can go on taking more and more drugs and treatments, which of course may help you. But if we don't start looking at what's causing all of these problems, if we don't start making lifestyle changes in regards to disease, we need to understand that most diseases that exist today are caused by poor lifestyle, and that's why they are medically categorized as lifestyle diseases. Very few cancers are genetic, but whether you have a cancer, whether you have a heart problem today, whether you're struggling to lose weight, your young daughter may have PCOD, you have falling hair, you have poor skin, you just feel not good, your energy levels are low, fatigued. We need to start correlating this with our lifestyle. Today, there's more than just scientific evidence, there is medical science showing you the correlation between sleep deprivation and cancer. I can talk about heart disease, diabetes, and everything related to sleep deprivation, but today particularly, I want to talk about cancer and sleep. Because there are so many people out there suffering through cancer, doing their chemos and their radiations, which is all necessary for you. But if you do not sort out your sleep, let's understand how sleep deprivation is, number one, not only possibly causing cancers, but it's not letting you get better from the cancer that you possibly have, leading to even the quicker spread of your cancer that you probably have. Now, we all have a biological clock within us. This biological clock is controlled by your circadian rhythm. There's a rhythm that exists in us that controls over 1,000 plus functions in the human body. In fact, when we look at medical and scientific evidence, it clearly shows us that the circadian rhythm controls and regulates cellular function. By cellular function, we mean cell repair, cell growth, and cell division. Everything that constitutes the start of a cancer. Uncontrolled cell division, unregulated cell growth, the inability for the cell to repair itself. So we have a cell which is faulty. Okay, before the cell can divide, our own immune system, we have a mechanism called cell apoptosis, which means this cell has the ability to self-destruct, to kill itself. That's called cell apoptosis. So your cell recognizes there's a malfunction at a genetic level, gene level, DNA level. It kills itself and everything's good. Now, when this doesn't happen, when it cannot self-destruct, there is cell division that happens abnormally. And that's exactly the start of a cancer that you have. Your circadian rhythm, which has everything to do with your sleep cycles, regulates your cell repair, your cell division, and your cell growth. Just knowing this, okay, I don't think we need any more common sense to understand the importance of sleep with cancer. Now, the second thing, and this is interesting research coming out of Johns Hopkins Medical Institute, which is renowned when it comes to their cancer treatments and their research. They talk about how sleep deprivation has today to some of the most common cancers: breast cancer, prostate, brain cancers and tumors, leukemias and blood cancers, and non-Hodgkin's lymphomas. So we need to understand that there is something called melatonin that we produce as the sun sets. Melatonin works like a signal. As we get more melatonin in our system, it basically signals to several organs in your body, one, to start preparing you to sleep. Without sufficient melatonin, we cannot sleep at night. Melatonin also acts literally as an anti-cancer vaccine. Its job is to move around the body, regulate cell division, cell growth, lower estrogen. Most cancers today, especially ER-positive cancers, ovarian cancers, are caused by excess estrogen in the body. And most of these cases you can relate to sleep deprivation in that particular patient. So, if we have less melatonin, we have more estrogen in our body. But the function of melatonin is to help our body communicate with hormones to lower estrogen, which may not cause these particular conditions. Inflammation in our body. Inflammation is good for us. We get hurt. Our cells require to be inflamed to protect us. WBCs, which are your white blood cells, rush to that particular area. They do its job, and then inflammation comes down. But what happens is, when we don't sleep right, we don't have the right amount of melatonin, this inflammation doesn't come down. It stays up. And this inflammation starts damaging our cells, damaging the DNA in our cells, creating more cell division, more abnormal growth of our cells. When you read the study by Matt Walker, PhD in sleep, he wrote a New York bestseller, and there's one statement that he made, and his experiments are done on human beings, a scientific experiment where he said sleep deprivation results in 70% decrease of your N killer cells. Now, N killer cells, just Google it to find out the function. I'll make it simple and I'll tell it to you very simply. The purpose of your N killer cells are to fight cancer cells, to destroy tumors, to prevent the spreads of cancers. Now, you can take all the chemo in the world, you can eat all the goji berries and pumpkin seeds in the world, but if your N killer cells are not working the right way, your cancer will continue to grow, or you put yourself into a position to get a cancer. And sleep deprivation, if chronic sleep deprivation is decreasing your immune function by 70%, you don't have to be sick to get cancer. You will get cancer and then you will get sick. So we need to understand and stop, hiding behind so-called evidence-based research and all of that stuff, because no one's studying this really. Everyone's just studying more and more drugs to fight diseases, which is good for us. But we need to start looking at what can prevent the onset of diseases and what can really make us better rather than just a symptomatic approach. Number one is your sleep. There are doctors, there are medical journals and scientific papers screaming out the importance of sleep for your cancer, for your heart health, for your diabetes, for your obesity and everything else. But turn around and look at what's happening in our country today. Mostly everyone is sleep deprived. People compromise their sleep for their social life. People compromise their sleep to work more. People compromise their sleep to spend more time on social media, Netflix, and all this mindless entertainment. I'm not here to say that you shouldn't have that. You need to take the responsibility to strike that balance. You need to take accountability to make sure that you can have all of this. Netflix, social media, socializing with your friends, all of that stuff. But how do you maintain what your body requires? And what your body requires is sleep to protect you. Your immune function can only grow better while you sleep, not while you're chewing on garlic or ginger, not while you're taking immunotherapy drugs. That is all good on paper. It makes sense to you. But your immune system can only be activated and rejuvenated while you sleep. Period. So the sooner we understand this, and now we can go back and look into our lives of people around us who are suffering and make a quick, simple correlation of their sleep habits, and you will find some correlation with their disease, their condition, or whatever it is that you're going through. So if you're looking at prevention, get the basics right. Your sleep has to be good. It doesn't matter if you're eating organic food all day. It doesn't matter if you're training in the gym 2 hours a day. If your sleep is not right, you do not have the fundamental foundation of good health, which is your immune system. And if you are going through cancer right now, you need to ensure that your sleep is good. You need help, take help. But you need to understand that everything for your cancer, the possible recovery, the possible remission is going to happen while you sleep. While you sleep, your immune system, the intelligence of your body is going to be harnessed to help you. So take your chemo, take your radiation. But I got to tell you right now, if you put all your 100%, faith in only that, and you're not going to make changes in the way you sleep, eat, move, think, emotional stress, and all of that stuff, your cancer will come back over and over again. Take your chemotherapy, listen to your doctors, do everything, but it is your responsibility to eat better. Your body's sick, your cells are sick. You need to put good food in your system. It is your responsibility to move more and exercise, because we understand that every one of your cells require blood circulation that happens with movement, exercise. Your blood carries oxygen and nutrients from the food that you eat to trillions of cells. So if you're sedentary, you will not get better. You need to sleep, because all recovery and all healing can only happen in a state of complete rest. And it is your responsibility to look after your emotional stress. Your emotional stress will get better if you sleep better. If you're sleep deprived, everyone knows how their mood's going to be the next day. Everyone knows how their stress doubles up. So we need to understand that this connection of your circadian rhythm, your biological clock, and your sleep cycles and your cancer is real. The sooner you understand this, the sooner you start getting motivated and inspired to make changes. At least 5 days in a week, try to go to sleep at the same time every day and wake up at the same time every day. Take your Friday, Saturday, go party, come home late, do what you want. But try to get 5 days out of 7 days right. Get your body back into its circadian rhythm, because that controls your biological clock, which controls every single function in your body. From your hormones, to your genes, to your DNA, to your microbiome, to your stem cell regeneration. Everything is controlled by your biological clock, and your biological clock is controlled by your circadian rhythm. So your circadian rhythm is disrupted, you will have a problem with your health at a cellular level. And what are some of the conditions that start at a cellular level? Not just cancer, diabetes, inflammatory conditions, autoimmune conditions, skin, hair, obesity, literally everything. So you may want to work on your sleep right now. We've done videos on how you can improve your sleep. I know most people will be, I can't sleep. You can't sleep, do something about it. Make changes, be disciplined, figure out what works for you. But it's about time that we start doing this. Another thing that disrupts your circadian rhythm and has a direct correlation with most cancers is blue light exposure. So if you're constantly looking at your phone in a dark room, especially once the sun has set, you're constantly looking at your phone right before you sleep. You wake up in the night, you put on your phone to see who's messaged you, go back to sleep. You are disrupting your circadian rhythm because of blue light. You have to understand by cutting away from your gadgets 1 hour before bedtime or wearing special eyewear that can cut off blue light will make a difference in your health. You need to understand these things are real and you have to do it no matter what. Or what we're going to see are trends of just more and more cancer, no matter how much of chemo and radiation we have in the market. Why are the statistics of cancer getting worse and worse? A lot of people like to blame it on the environment and blame it on the food and pesticides. Then we're all eating the same food, we're all breathing the same air. All of us should have cancer. That's not true. Yes, it plays a small role, but the biggest role and the biggest cause is our poor lifestyle, starting off with sleep deprivation, the wrong nutrition, sedentary lifestyles, and too much of chronic emotional stress. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.